Hello, everyone. It is Friday. How are you this Friday evening at way more ish than 8? Way more ish than 8. How are you this Friday evening? Tell me about your day and what is happening in your world. What are you grateful for this Friday night? I'm grateful to finally be home. I am grateful to finally be home tonight and be here with you. I am grateful for that. I am grateful for that. I am sorry, folks, that I am so late. Hey, Adele and Dazzle, it is a much belated treat time. That is what I am saying, Dazzle. It has been a long day. So I apologize. I apologize to everyone for being so tardy tonight. I mean, even when I said, I'm right around the corner, I'm almost home. And then there was stuff strewn across the road and the road was closed and I had to turn around and go 5-7 miles out of my way. I don't know. It was ridiculous. But, it's been that kind of Friday. It's been that kind of Friday, folks. So I do apologize for that. I apologize for being late. It has been very long. I started very early, and it has been very, very long. So, I'm excited to bring it to a conclusion with you all. So I am excited to bring it to the end of our day here because that is the way it is. Challenging, yes, but these are obstacles we overcome. We overcome all of this, and I was excited, I haven't worn a sport coat in a while, and stuff. So I got to be snazzy today. I had an in-person meeting and that I had to look a little snazzy for. So I like that part of my day. Let me get my glasses here. And that was kind of interesting too. That made for part of an interesting part of my day. So in ways that you wouldn't expect. So getting to have a reason to wear a sport coat. Have a reason to wear a sport coat was kind of nice. So that was kind of nice. We are broadcasting tonight, folks, even though we are much delayed. We are broadcasting on both Facebook and YouTube. Any problems with Facebook, you know what to do. Cassandra's got the link there for you in the show comments on Facebook. So there you go. Let's get going with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start this program every night. Tonight, we're on page 176. Good morning. You're stunning, and the world is lucky to have you. We're lucky to have you. Do your best. Do your best. So I'm not going to keep it. We are so late here tonight, and I had stuff I was going to talk about, and I had challenging Friday night trivia. We'll hold that for another. We will hold that for another day, so you get to keep your thinking cap on for another night. It is. It's good trivia too this week. I mean, I was surprised. I've had conversations about the questions I'm using tonight already today. That actually spawned a really good conversation. So I'll tell you more about the why it became a good conversation today. But sometimes you just got to reach out to people. And one of the trivia questions that I'm going to use tomorrow spawned that. And really somebody I hadn't talked to, it's probably been a little, it hasn't been a forever. It hasn't been like, it's been 5 years, 10 years since I talked to this person, but it's been, a month, a couple months, whatever. And, it turned out they really, and the timing of when I reached out to them was like, I really needed to hear from you now. And and I really needed a voice like yours now. And your voice is like that for so many people. My voice was like this for this person today, and I was glad to be that voice. So there was a good part of my day. Hey, Kitty, how are you? Grateful to have you here tonight. Sorry I am so late. Sorry I am so late. But, you never know when you're going to be that voice for that person. And so, I be that voice, reach out to that person you haven't talked to, and be that voice for them that they need to hear. More impossible than challenging. Well, see, I'm going to give you another night to sleep on it. Maybe you will have you will have caught one of my things and see if you get what's real. The cats are waiting to go to bed. I'm going to be quick. I'm going to be real quick tonight, Kitty, because I know I'm so late tonight. It has been a long day, but I got to wear a sport coat for the first time in a long time, and I was excited about that. So I got to look a little spiffy here today with my pink shirt and sport coat today. I got invited to a meeting with I don't know if he's a secretary of transportation, the big wig for transportation in the state of Massachusetts. And so that was really very interesting. It was really very interesting. You'd say it'd be like transportations, roads, bridges. How sexy and exciting can that be? And to a great extent, there's a lot of boring stuff in there. But in that data, in his talk, there was also some really interesting stuff. So, for example, traffic levels in Massachusetts, overall traffic levels are back to pre-pandemic, which is overall a good thing because you want commerce, you want people doing things. The difference is when that traffic is happening. It is not happening like it used to. Your peaks are not the same. Okay, your drive times are not the same. These things are very, very different. But that people are getting out and getting into cars, and you're seeing cars travel, okay, and that is, but through hybrid work and the way people are working at home and getting out and doing errands, there's been a complete shift to the patterns and the peaks. And they track all this. And a lot of it you sort of subtly know because you're seeing differences of your peaks and valleys in your day. When you're getting suppliers coming in, when you're having shoppers, there are different peaks and valleys. And so that is very similar. One of the other statistics, so that's a good sign for back to normal, and that's really picking up as the fall is kicking in here with back to school and everything else, so that there is more of a travel mode of pre-pandemic levels. On the road front, one thing that is really scary, and this has continued, okay, since the pandemic started, okay, the fatality rate on Massachusetts highways is double what it was pre-pandemic. Double. Not that's not a little increase. That's a lot. Okay, and that's too many. And speed is a big factor. People are, taking the open roads more, and they're speeding, or they're doing more distracted driving. So you have speed and distracted driving playing a huge role in that. And that has doubled since the pandemic. And that has not abated yet. Even though traffic is picking up, that rate has not gone down yet. And so that is really kind of scary and just something to keep in mind. I mean, I'm known to have I've never been known to have a light foot. Let's put it that way. Okay. But that is something to really, really keep in mind, and especially keep your eyes on the road. I mean, It's why I say I'd never want to be on a motorcycle or a bicycle. I think of the ways that I used to ride my bicycle even on the main road to my father's store growing up, and I wouldn't want to ride like that now. And when you hear stats like that of the fatality rate on the highways of Massachusetts since the pandemic, that is not a statistic that Massachusetts is proud of. And it's one that plays out across the country. So these numbers that I'm talking about and these road things, because that's what I talked to him about, was, okay, how does this compare to other parts of the country? And it's playing out fairly similarly as you rotate this. The other thing, and just, how do you embrace your challenges with hiring? Obviously, they're having hiring challenges and everything else. And one of the things that they've always had a problem with and didn't always reach out for was young talent, like out of college talent and things, because they're like, oh, we're going to lose you in 3 years. We're going to do all this training, make you this master of whatever in transportation, and you're going to go out and get a corporate job and big money. And instead of running away from that, they are actually embracing that now. And I thought that was very interesting, so know what you've been for people. So they're saying, okay, we're gonna work you for 3 to 5 years. You're gonna get amazing skills, and then you're gonna go out and take the world by storm. And that is how they're overcoming some of their hiring challenges, which I found interesting. So it was a really interesting conversation. What could have been an extremely dry and boring conversation was a good discussion to be at the table for, especially where these trends are trending nationally. Another thing that happened just this week in transportation, and this is this past Tuesday, for the first time since the pandemic, since a year ago March, New York City subways carried more than 3 million people in one day. Okay, so that is a comfort level with people willing to travel together. That is people going back to work, back to school, back to the office, back to wherever. Okay, that is people taking transportation together, communal transportation. Okay, that's like that's literally taking a communal bath. Okay, you're all in it together, and that hasn't really been happening. So the fact that hit that level is actually a really good thing, and is exciting. Again, as we move beyond this, as we move beyond the pandemic, because we're going to move into this endemic phase at some point. It's going to be move from pandemic to endemic, and you might not hear that classification worldwide. So you might not hear the World Health Organization call it that, because COVID is raging in all the rest of the world that isn't vaccinated. So much of the world has yet to be vaccinated. But in the United States, you might move to that. So just something to keep in your mind, and especially as these people, 3 million people on a subway, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. And that's one day, so just something to keep in mind with that, and a state of normalcy, because you're going to have to live with this virus. Okay, we're going to be living with it forever, just like we live with the regular flu. But we should be we're going to live better with it. And so that is what I wanted to bestow. That is the little bit that I wanted to of knowledge I wanted to bestow on you. A little bit of normalcy that I got to attend an in-person meeting, get out, dust off the sport coat so that I had a reason to wear it. And with the pink shirt, they noticed me. They noticed me when I came in. They did notice me when I walked in the door. I know you guys, can turn down the glare on the monitor, but they caught that I was there live in person today. You know what else happens live? This video and everything I talk about. This video and everything I talk about goes over to nerds.org/resale strong by noon the next day. Noon, I tell you. All the files, all the links, they're all over there at nerds.org/resale strong, including a direct link to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yeah, ring the bell so you know when another one drops. You can also share it with all your friends in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody make it to the other side. I'm here every night at More 8 Than Ish live in the Nards private Facebook group and streaming on YouTube. But if you have a question in between, you just email me, Neil, Neil at ECIstores.com. NEIL@ECIstores.com. We start the program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. That's how we roll here every night. Tonight, we're on page 176. If you missed our good morning, it's good morning. You're stunning, and the world is lucky to have you. We're lucky to have you. Do your best. Our good night tonight is good night. You're stunning, and the world is lucky to have you. We're lucky to have you. Get some rest. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah even. We will party again. We will party in person. And when we do, I'm going to be there with you. But until then, and until tomorrow night at More 8 Than Ish, know that you, and you, but most importantly you, yes, you're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. It's time for dinner. I'll see you tomorrow. Really more 8-ish than 9, whatever ish I am tonight. Have a great night.